Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome our guest of honor, Second Minister for Education, Dr. Maliki Osman. Thank you. Please be seated. Second Minister for Education, Dr. Maliki Osman, Director General of Education, Ms. Liu Wei Li, esteemed guests, educators, families, and friends, a very good afternoon. I'm Sheng Wei, your MC for today. On behalf of SEB SEND, thank you for taking the time to join us in witnessing the very much anticipated launch of the Special Education, Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus, or the VETLS. Today's ceremony is held in a hybrid format, so greetings to our educators from all the SPED schools and other guests joining us online this afternoon. To help us set the context for today's meaningful launch, please welcome Mrs. Lucy To, Divisional Director of Special Educational Needs Division, to give a welcome address. Mrs. To, please.
Second Minister for the Ministry of Education, Dr. Maliki Osman, Chairman and members of social service agencies and school management committees, Director General of Education, Ministry of Education, friends from our special education schools, colleagues from MOE, SG and ABLE and other agencies, family members of our SPED students, and students yourselves. Welcome to today's launch of the SPED Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus. Your presence is a great encouragement to the many colleagues from schools and various agencies and institutions who have worked hard with Special Education Branch in putting this syllabus together. Today is a celebration of the innovation and initiative that SPED teachers, job coaches, and allied professionals have put into preparing their students for work. The world of work is vastly different from what it was a short 5 years ago, and in 5 years' time, it will be more different still. How then do you put together a curriculum that will help SPED teachers and their students stay ahead and be ready for the unknown? The COVID-19 pandemic has caused us to review our approach, not just in engaging learners both online and face-to-face, but also in readying them for a world where work can take place in formal settings or in your own home, and where workers and the public need to interact and transact in constantly evolving ways. Most of all, we are excited for our students to restart their work attachments and experiences where they can learn at authentic work settings and develop their work readiness. Our Singapore SPED curriculum comprises 7 learning domains. Last year, we launched the inaugural SPED Teaching and Learning Syllabuses, or TLSs, for daily living skills and visual arts. I'm happy to report that the implementation of the DLS and visual arts syllabuses is going smoothly. Development is underway for the syllabuses for the other learning domains over the next 5 years. This year, we are excited to launch this very special and important syllabus in a bigger way. This is because work and the opportunity to work and dignity conferred by participating in work is so important to our students and their families, and consequently, to all of us who love and support them. Today, we will share several important ways in which the VETLS is an effective and inclusive vocational curriculum for all SPED students to make valued contributions to the community. To our VE personnel, teachers, job coaches, trainers, allied professionals, thank you for helping to facilitate important learning and work-based experiences for our students and partnering closely with families and industry partners. It is your dedication and untiring attitude that enable our students to realize their vocational aspirations. The VE TLS would not be possible without the support from all our stakeholders. May I express appreciation to the members of the SPED fraternity who have contributed to co-constructing the teaching and learning syllabus with the SEB team. Your lived experience in the classroom, as well as personal stories, have guided the syllabus through the development process. We value and affirm the close collaboration with SG Enable, our long-standing strategic partner in the transition of SPED students to post-school employment. Beyond the School to Work S2W transition program, we look forward to collaborating closely with you in supporting the aspirations of our students to be valued in society. I would also like to acknowledge the partners who have helped to shape the development of the VETLS, employers, parents, friends, and colleagues from the Institute of Technical Education, North Light School, National Institute of Education, and MOE divisions. Thank you so much to the boards and staff of the social service agencies that lead the SPED schools. Last but not least, a big thank you to Rainbow Center for the partnering in this important event. We look forward to working closely with all of you to bring about the rich learning encapsulated in the vocational education, teaching and learning syllabus. In the months ahead, we look forward to sharing with you how the SPED schools, with the help of employers, the community, and families, bring the syllabus to life for every one of our students in their classrooms and workplaces, at home and in the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. To, for helping us to appreciate the curriculum development journey in SPED within a big picture context. Indeed, the VETLS has been developed with mindful consideration of the landscape and in collaboration with partner agencies and practitioners. We remain steadfast in staying relevant and aspirational as we continue to design and implement the MOE SPED learning domain syllabuses. Sharing this belief that quality curriculum can have an impact on our students during and beyond the schooling years is our guest of honor for this event. We're very privileged and honored today to have Dr. Maliki, Second Minister for Education, as our guest of honor. We'll now invite Dr. Maliki to deliver his speech. Dr. Maliki, please.
Chairman and members of social service agencies, Chairman and members of school management committees, Director General of Education, Ministry of Education, school principals, staff of our SPED schools, educators, industry partners, family members of SPED students, and friends. Good afternoon. I'm very happy to see all of you today for the launch of the Vocational Educational Teaching and Learning Syllabus, or VETLS, for special education of SPED schools. I understand Rainbow Center commemorates your 35th anniversary this year. So congratulations to the Rainbow Center family. In the school tour earlier, I got to interact with some of the RCYPS students through the various learning opportunities they have at the school's vocational training facilities, such as the laundromat, the garden by the park, the kitchen, and the workshop. The students whom I interacted with clearly have a heart and willingness to combine in different ways, or contribute in different ways. And I can see that RC's students benefit greatly from the suite of vocational programs put in place for them. I believe that all our SPED schools have much to offer. From a more macro perspective, the close partnerships between the government, the social service agencies, the SPED schools, as well as parents have enabled us to advance our shared vision of helping our students lead independent, meaningful lives to the fullest extent achievable. Let me start my speech by talking about the vocational education set in the broader national context. Enhancing VE, or vocational education, is one of the many tenets that strengthen the SPED sector. This move to deepen efforts is aligned to the larger national goals to support persons with disabilities. The development of the SPED sector is naturally situated within the larger Enabling Master Plans, or EMPs. The Enabling Master Plans are critical roadmaps that bring together key stakeholders who contribute to making Singapore a more inclusive society by empowering all PWDs, young and senior. No doubt, work and employment are critical areas of focus in the EMPs. These are important national frameworks and fundamentals that provide overarching guidance as we move forward to help our students achieve independence in life. One way to do this, of course, is via work and employment. As we look towards the EMP 2030, let's continue to have high aspirations in empowering PWDs to contribute to society, building a more inclusive Singapore. To this end, I'm heartened that the enhanced VE curriculum would serve to strengthen employability of PWDs and individuals with special needs and beyond. In 2010, the Ministry of Education introduced the SPED Vocational Education Framework, which laid the foundation in preparing students of diverse disability profiles to be ready for work. Over the years, we have worked closely with schools to implement a customized, person-centered curriculum and provide dedicated training facilities to support vocational education. For a number of years now, our schools have developed vocational spaces where students get to acquire vocational skills. These include training cafes, kitchens, gardens, housekeeping training facilities, and retail stores, complete with cash registers and real goods on sale for students and staff to purchase. For example, among our 20 senior or secondary SPED schools, about half have vocational kitchens, allowing students to gain exposure and experience to F&B operations aligned with industry standards. Close to half have hospitality training facilities, like a mock-up hotel room, providing students with a hands-on vocational experience in the hospitality industry. More than a third of our schools are equipped with retail training facilities, providing authentic learning environments for students to upskill in retail services. Close to a third have urban landscapes and gardens, where students can hone their horticultural skills. Moreover, Meta School and Delta Senior School offer vocational certification programs for eligible senior students to further prepare them for their employment, namely the ITE Skills Certificate, or ISC, and Meta, and the Workforce Skills Qualification, or WSQ, at Delta Senior. In 2014, MSF, SG Enable, MOE, and SPED schools and employers came together to start the School to Work, or S2W, transition program. S2W offers customized place and train job training pathways, such as supported and customized employment and internships with support from job coaches for up to 2 years post-SPED. It started with an initial cohort consisting of just 5 schools, and today, S2W participants hail from all SPED schools with an average cohort size of close to 40 students. Altogether, we have seen more than 250 students benefit from our joint S2W transition program. We have made important strides in supporting our students as they prepare for vocational activities and work. And these efforts have borne fruit. Every year, about half of our SPED graduates are successfully employed in sectors including horticulture, healthcare, hospitality, or progress to institutes of higher learning and other forms of further training. We believe that all students with special education needs, no matter their severity, can learn and contribute meaningfully in their own ways. Every student can be a valued member at home, in the community, and in society. Today, I'm pleased to launch the VE Teaching and Learning Syllabus, or VE-TLS, which builds on the 2010 framework with a number of key enhancements to better prepare our SPED graduates for work. SPED school teachers and MOE curriculum developers have come together to develop a syllabus which will cater to and prepare our students with different profiles of need to achieve their personal aspirations, interests, and goals. Let me share what the enhancements are. First, our syllabus is based on a broadened and more inclusive concept of work. Work has traditionally been defined as open and/or paid employment under the assumption that work must be an activity of economic value. Yet, in reality, many people are not paid for the work that they do. When you were growing up, did anyone pay your mom or dad to look after you when you were down with the flu? And when you were volunteer at your residence committee or any other SSAs on the weekends, no one pays you, but the work you do is invaluable. The United Nations Human Development Report has suggested rethinking work as a means of unleashing human potential and creativity, and to participate in society and provide people with a sense of dignity. It is in this spirit that our new syllabus recognizes that work comes in different forms. We want to recognize the valued contribution that our students can make in a range of settings, from open employment to supported and customized employment, from sheltered employment to home-based work and volunteering. In this way, our new vocational education syllabus caters for different types of work pathways. The emphasis is on the valued contribution that our students want to make and can make across these different pathways. Second, our new VE syllabus has a stronger focus on soft skills. Together with our SPED schools, we are constantly scanning the environment for the kinds of hard skills our students need to access employment. Thus, you will find that there is a lot more technology in SPED schools today than just about 5 years ago. Whether they are using their phones to take a picture of the work tasks that they have just completed to show their supervisor, or serving in the cybersecurity industry defending Singapore's cyberspace, technology and other hard skills are critical for our students to learn. But beyond this, our students will benefit from a comprehensive soft skills curriculum. It will equip students with skills such as communication, adaptability, problem solving, and self-management, which are critical for success at work and are transferable across different workplaces. How do you teach and learn such skills? The new VE syllabus ensures intentional teaching of soft skills through a new continuum of work experience. By situating soft skills instruction within this continuum, the students will see how to apply such skills in authentic settings, thus bringing about better transfer of learning. I've mentioned the broadened definition of work in the new soft skills curriculum. The third key feature of the new syllabus is its emphasis on collaborative teaming. Supporting our students to be able to make that valid contribution that they want to make and can make in a team effort. Our teachers and allied professionals must work closely with the job coaches. This collaborative team should have strong partnerships with parents, caregivers, and other stakeholders. Together, they can shape students' self-beliefs and motivation to contribute and work, and to help them discover their interests, abilities, and strengths. It is my hope that the new VE syllabus will pave the way for more inclusive opportunities for our students to lead fulfilling lives through valued contributions in home, community, and the workplace. In designing the enhanced vocational education curriculum, the team took inspiration from many real-life examples of our graduates. Allow me to share some of these with you. Every one of these graduates is making a valued contribution. Let me begin with Ken Hua, a graduate from Delta Senior. Where's Ken Hua? There he is. Can you give him a big round of applause? I'm going to describe something about you, yeah, Ken Hua? Ken Hua is a passionate, driven, and has a heart to serve and has not let his intellectual disability deter him. Ken Hua is a member of Running Hour. For those who are not familiar, it's an inclusive running club promoting integration of people with special needs through running. Besides running with the club, he also volunteers his first aid skills at Running Hour. Ken Hua also takes part in programs at the APSN Center for Adults, where he helps with newspaper collection drives. At home, he is responsible for buying meals for his family's dinner. He particularly loves to care for his family members when they fall ill by bringing them food and drinks and keeping them company. Ken Hua's encouraging story demonstrates that work can come in a range of forms, not necessarily just paid employment. The valuable contribution that Ken Hua makes requires knowledge and skills that all our students can learn and which our SPED schools are committed to teach. Thank you very much, Ken Hua. My second story is on Joel. Where's Joel? There he is. A graduate from Mines Fernvale Garden School. Here you see Joel at Sundeck Day Activity Center, where he is actively involved in different freelance work stints. To make this happen, Joel underwent vocational training by the social enterprise race Super Duper and is now involved in packing and labeling products, as well as other work stints in the retail stores Tanks. Joel may require support to help him cope better with vision-related challenges, but he is resilient, hardworking, and eager to learn new things. He draws a small salary from his work. Despite these significant challenges, Joel shows all of us that SPED graduates with higher support needs can aspire to independence. Thank you, Joel. Indeed, it is not a far-fetched dream. Finally, here is Noshalini. Where's Noshalini? She's not able to be here. Oh, she's in the washroom. Okay, we'll give her a warm welcome when she comes back in. Noshalini is a person with autism who has graduated from Eden School. Ambitious, resolute, and positive, Noshalini took the feedback and vocational guidance from her teachers and job coach very seriously. For example, she worked with her job coach in communication skills and learned how to seek help when needed, an important soft skill in any workplace. In school, she had the opportunity to experience different industries and developed a particular interest to work in the F&B sector. With strong family support and a can-do attitude, she sought assistance at the Employment and Employability Center to familiarize herself with work in the F&B industry after graduating. Thanks to her determination and grit, Noshalini has secured employment and has been working as a member of the service crew at Professor Brown Cafe. Keen to improve herself further, Noshalini has plans to undergo more training in the future. Thank you, Noshalini. She's back here. Her story underscores the importance of our soft skills curriculum and the continuum of work experience from school setting to workplace setting. These stories excite me because they demonstrate that VE is for all. We hope to see many more of our graduates attaining such aspirational outcomes in terms of quality of life. But this requires strong beliefs and efforts of all stakeholders, particularly families. While I know that SPED parents have tough questions related to post-SPED, I'm hopeful that parents will appreciate why the new VE syllabus is an inclusive curriculum and how every child in SPED can benefit from VE and learn to make valued contributions. On that note, to all our families of SPED students, I would like to say, you are constantly inspiring us with your determination, passion, and creativity in supporting your children in their educational journey, in their post-school transition, and in life. Your unconditional love and strength motivate us to do better. I'm heartened to know that our SPED schools are working even more closely with parents and caregivers to enable our children to thrive and succeed in life. To all educators and staff of SPED schools, thank you for your belief that the new VE syllabus must pave the way for all students to make their valued contribution. You live out that belief every day that you create and curate opportunities for your students to experience different kind of work, acquire soft skills, and overcome any barriers they may face. Because of your belief in your students, they will be able to make their own valued contributions at their home, in society, and in their workplace. A special shout out also to the job coaches, because you provide critical learning and support during the students' work experience. And as your role is being enhanced, we are paying attention to your professional development needs too. Rest assured of that. The training roadmap for job coaches will be rolled out in due time. Do stay tuned for further announcements in this regard. For all that our SPED schools do in vocational education, we need a strong partnership of families, employers, and community leaders. To enable our SPED students and graduates to lead an independent life, we need a strong and supportive ecosystem in which various stakeholders work closely together to help our children realize their full potential. This means a steadfast willingness amongst employers to prepare the work domains in the ecosystem in order to facilitate the worker with SEN to integrate and function well. Forward Coffee and Holiday Inn Singapore Atrium, which actively hire workers with special needs, are inspirational examples of inclusive employers. The community too is important. Encouraging our SPED graduates to make contributions in various communities and neighborhoods means that individuals with special needs will need to be better appreciated by others within the community. This means having a better understanding that neurodiversity, or the spectrum of special needs in general, manifests itself in a variety of ways, and we should all embrace people with openness, kindness, and empathy. I'm so heartened by St. Andrew's Autism School, or SAAS, for instance, who welcomes volunteers from all walks of life who are inducted on how they can be friends and supporters of St. Andrew's Autism Center, enabling their children, youth, and adults on the autism spectrum to lead dignified lives. Another example is the unique partnership between Chaoyang School and SMRT. The school staff share useful information with SMRT personnel on how to manage particular situations in public, such as students' meltdowns at the station or on the train, and how to work with a child to mitigate the meltdown. Chaoyang School and SMRT also work closely to equip Chaoyang's students with skills to become more independent commuters. Such partnerships are meaningful and purposeful. I'm glad that MOE and SPED schools have been continually engaging different stakeholders to build a more supportive ecosystem. Let us be that business owner, that co-worker, that supervisor, or that neighbor who makes it possible for each of our SPED graduates, like Joel, Kenhua, and Noshalini, to make that valued contributions that they make. Each of us can be the one who makes all the difference. Before I end, let me say a big thank you to all the SPED school staff, teachers, allied health professionals, job coaches, trainers, for your passion and relentless efforts in co-creating a better future for our SPED students. We have much work to do, but I'm confident that working together as a collaborative team, your hopes for your students will become a reality. Thank you to all the SPED school staff. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I launch the new Vocational Educational Training and Learning Syllabus. In the years ahead, I know and I'm confident that this work will bear fruit. Let's keep working hard for our children's future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maliki, for your strong affirmation to the SPED fraternity and our partners. It is truly aspirational to have a common vision in building an inclusive Singapore for all, including individuals with special needs. To mark the launch of the Vocational Education TLS, we invite Dr. Maliki to remain on stage, please. Joining Dr. Maliki, we'd like to invite our Director General of Education, Ms. Liu Wei Li, our Divisional Director, Mrs. Lucy To, thought leader in SPED and founder of Autism Resource Center, Ms. Denise Pua, Assistant Chief Executive and Director, Strategy and Innovation of SG Enable, Mr. Ron Loh, and a representative from the SPED fraternity, Principal of RC Yishun Park School, Ms. Jessica Wee, to join us on stage for the launch. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we count down from 3 to launch the VETLS. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Dr. Maliki and our leaders for launching the syllabus. Dr. Maliki and our leaders, could we please proceed to the front of the stage for a photo taking of this moment? Thank you. Additionally, could we also have the guests seated on the first row to join us in a photo taking? Thank you. Once again, thank you to Dr. Maliki and our leaders for launching the VETLS. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, The launch of the VE syllabus is indeed a most significant milestone. Let us hear from other distinguished guests and partners sharing their congratulatory messages.
Colleagues and friends from the special education schools and NIE partners from the social service agencies and SG Enable, warmest greetings to all of you. This is a special day as we witness the launch of the SPED Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus. First, I want to acknowledge the tremendous collective effort of all the SPED schools together with MOE in designing this watershed syllabus. What makes this syllabus so special is that it is based on the belief that every SPED student is fully capable of contributing to our community and society. We see work as more than just a job to earn a living. Work is a meaningful contribution to the family and community. So this syllabus emphasizes the intentional teaching of soft skills to prepare every student for their meaningful contribution to society.
Congratulations to MOE and its SPED partners on the launch of the Vocational Education Syllabus. This component of the special education syllabus is significant. Work is important to one's life. Working for pay helps in one's financial independence, of course. But paid or not paid, work allows one to contribute to others in different ways and to be part of society. Hence, understanding the concept of work and being prepared for work in both hard and softer skills development is important. Persons with special needs or disabilities differ in their level of support needs. They will work in different settings, from sheltered workshops, day activity centers, in supported or more open environments. And because of technological advances and the shorter shelf lives of products and services, the need for continuous lifelong learning is critical. And hence the launch of this vocational education syllabus is only the beginning of a very important lifelong learning journey. It will take MOE, its partners such as SG Enable, the social service agencies, and employers too, to ensure the relevance of the content, pedagogy, and assessment. It will take learners with special needs, young and old, with the support of their families, educators, job coaches, to take their place and remain avid lifelong learners, so that as many as possible can continue to work for as long as they wish to. So thank you MOE and all the partners who make this launch possible. May we continue to grow from strength to strength in maximizing the potential of our learners with special needs.
Congratulations to MOE on the release of the Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus. I'm very happy to be engaged at the review of the vocational education curriculum for SPED schools that led to the development of the syllabus. Having worked with SPED schools to provide opportunities for work experience and also employment, I can certainly say that soft skill is an important set of skills at the workplace for students with special needs. So, I'm very pleased with the emphasis on soft skills in the VOC-Ed syllabus. Well done!
Hello, I'm Edwin and my daughter Megan.
Hello, I am Megan. I am studying in Delta Senior School Hotel and Accommodation Services.
Megan is 17 years old and she is in her first year vocational education at the Delta Senior School. As parents, we believe the vocational education she receives provides her with skill sets not only for her to eventually earn some income in her own right, but also helps to develop a sense of self-achievement through helping others with these skill sets. It also helps to hone Megan's soft skills like time management and teamwork, which helps her in other aspects of her life. As such, I wish to offer my heartiest congratulations to MOE SPED branch for the launch of the SPED Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus. I believe it will provide valuable guidance to schools and benefit many students like Megan.
A well-developed curriculum is a seedbed for different kinds of plants. Under the guidance of skilled and caring gardeners, every little seedling is nurtured to be ready for transplanting into the garden. The seedbed of the new vocational education syllabus offers good soil in a supportive environment. It's a comprehensive and aspirational guide with evidence-based pedagogical approaches and assessment strategies. It will provide the right growing conditions to serve a wide range of learning profiles. Just as you have come together to create the syllabus, I want to encourage the SPED fraternity to keep on honing your skills to deliver vocational education to your students. Meet often in your professional learning communities. Visit each other's schools and classrooms. Most of all, work closely with employers and caregivers. Embrace every change and every challenge with an open mind and heart. May you see the fruit of your labor and the transformed lives of your students.
We truly appreciate our distinguished guests and stakeholders for the congratulatory messages. These messages motivate us to strive for excellence in the meaningful work that we're doing in SPED. We're so thankful for the many stakeholders who have expressed their support for this new VETLS. In this next segment, we have a close partner from SG Enable, SGE. Mr. Ron Loh, Assistant Chief Executive and Director, Strategy and Innovation of SG Enable, will now share a congratulatory message on behalf of SGE. Mr. Loh, please.
Dr. Maliki Osman, Second Minister for Education, Ms. Liu Wei Li, Director General of Education, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am honored to be here today to witness the launch of the SPED Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus. This syllabus lays a crucial foundation for all students with disabilities to work. SG Enable works closely with MOE and MSF to support persons with disabilities to live well and better, and to be able to participate as integral and contributing members of society. SG Enable also works closely with MOE on the School to Work Transition Program. This is a multi-agency collaboration in partnerships with SPED schools to offer customized training pathways and work options for students with diverse disability profiles for employment. Having acquired vocational skills in schools, graduates from SPED schools can focus on discovering their interests further and applying these skills in real work environments in the School to Work Transition programs. Earlier in May 2022, a prelude to the SPED Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus was shown at SG Enable's launch of Enabling Academy. Enabling Academy is a disability learning hub, a common platform for partners from education, business, and disability sectors to work together to provide responsive, diverse, and quality lifelong learning opportunities to persons with disabilities, and to enable their network of support through training. Enabling Academy will also promote the practice of accessibility and inclusion among mainstream training providers to ensure that persons with disabilities can access a wide range of training and professional development opportunities. As part of Enabling Academy's effort to support the lifelong learning journey of persons with disabilities, the Academy will roll out Enabling Skills Framework, which is closely aligned with daily living skills and vocational education teaching and learning syllabus. The Enabling Skills Framework, to be launched next year, will help persons with disabilities to chart their lifelong learning journey in employment, as well as social and community life. For example, the framework will define the performance expectations of each of the skills and will be adapted for different disability profiles to guide persons with disabilities on their lifelong learning journey and development. Enabling Academy's training partners can reference the framework to design relevant curriculum for persons with disabilities. We will also continue to work closely with MOE on the Enabling Skills Framework as to ensure that there's a smooth transition for students with disabilities when they graduate into the community. As the Disability Learning Hub, we welcome SPED schools, disability sector professionals, caregivers, and employers to partner with us as we collaborate to better support the learning needs of persons with disabilities. So in closing, congratulations to MOE on the launch of the SPED Vocational Education Teaching and Learning Syllabus, achieving the vision of supporting persons with disabilities in leading independent and meaningful lives require a whole of society effort. On behalf of SG Enable, I look forward to forging stronger collaborations with MOE as we make strides towards building an inclusive society and enabling lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Loh, for the congratulatory message from SG Enable. MOE has been working closely with SG Enable, and our strong partnership continues to uplift the SPED community. In the context of vocational education, it is so important to have a robust multi-agency approach as we raise our SPED school students' work readiness. Once again, thank you to all of you who have expressed your congratulations to us on the launch of the VETLS. You're perhaps wondering, what diverse forms of work, including work experience and work exposure activities, might our students be involved in? Well, let's take a look at the next video, which will take us through just that.
Sunfa is a steadfast and good-natured student with a strong sense of responsibility. A self-directed learner, he's an observant and intuitive student, and he's always willing to accept and perform additional responsibilities.
As a runner in the housekeeping department, Sunfa's role in the team is as important as other positions. He sorts, organizes, and distributes laundry and staff uniforms, and assists in delivering of amenities to guests upon request.
We at Hotel G emphasize on empathy, positive attitude, and teamwork for all our employees. With the right mind and attitude, we believe any graduate will do well in the workplace setting.
I feel happy when I am able to help strip down the bed linens and clean up the rooms on time for guests to check in.
For Priya, she's willing to learn, she's hardworking, and she will always do things until that she make it. Some of the tasks that Priya does, she will welcome customers, taking orders from customers, and some of other things that she does is she will take care of the maintenance of this place, of all the daily chores. Some of the challenges Priya faces is learning new things. However, what she do is she will always approach her colleagues to ask for more information so that she get it right.
I learned how to role-play setting in restaurant, prepare drinks and food for my friends who are my customers.
Bernice was diagnosed with autism when she was 2 years old. She was admitted to Rainbow Center at the age of 2.5 years old till 18 years old. Bernice does the diamond art by following the design template to allocate the different color beads. Craft work needs a lot of time and focus, and Bernice has developed more patience over the years. She will try her best to complete every piece of artwork. Other than doing craft work, she also helped me with housework like washing, hanging, folding of clothes, cooking, washing dishes, cleaning the table, etc. This learning of self-discipline is very important in the home-based business, as she can finish every craft work that I have given her.
I do drawing, I go hiking, I bike, coaching, for scout.
Ayano is like any typical teenage girl. She loves music and dancing and enjoys the company of family and friends. In Scouts, Ayano lives out her Scout promise to help other people and to always do her best. Ayano is strengthening her personal and practical skills, and this helps her to function more independently away from her family. I look forward to the curriculum promoting the inclusion of neurodiverse individuals and creating opportunities for them to be active members of society who are accepted for who they are.
What work are you doing?
Volunteer job. I'm going to contribute our money.
Joel is one of our trainees in our training program under Supertuber and Suntech collaboration. We are running training program for all the clients under Suntech to give a job opportunity for them and in the end for the financial stability. Personally, he's a really good person with a kind heart and he loves and cares about his friends, the entire environment where he is surrounded with, and he's also a good worker.
He's doing different station work. Okay, the stations might consist of packing, labeling, sorting, and the last part is actually customer service training. So when someone walks into the shop, how do you greet the person and you ask the person, you entice the person to get something from you.
So every month he'll be giving like a stipend, which will give an opportunity to understand how his real job opportunity life will be.
I'm sure many of you found the video hopeful and heartwarming to see. I particularly enjoyed how the students shared that they're so willing to make a valued contribution. Please join me in giving a round of applause for Sunfa, Priya, Bernice, Ayano, and Joel. Importantly, our students have shown that the possibilities are indeed endless in terms of the forms of work that they can do. Well, I'm sure everyone is by now curious and interested to know more about what's in the VETLS. I'd like to invite our Principal Educational Psychologist, Special Education, Dr. Chong Swet Ling, to go over some of the key features of the VETLS. Dr. Chong, please.
Minister, esteemed guests, as you have heard today, what undergirds the new vocational education teaching and learning syllabus is a broadened and more inclusive definition of work for students with disabilities. This rests on the core concept of making valued contributions at home, in the community, and at the workplace. And this stems in turn from a person-centered belief that every student can contribute to society in ways that are meaningful for them. From the earlier video, we saw what this could look like. From Sunfa and Priya, who are graduates who are more conventionally open employed in hospitality and F&B settings. To Bernice, who works and contributes to society from a home base and who contributes to her family through household chores. To Ayano, who contributes by volunteering her services in Scouts and practicing daily living skills. And finally, Joel, who works productively and contributes to society while being in a day activity center. In sum, valued contributions can happen through a number of pathways: open, supported, customized, and sheltered employment, self-employment and home-based businesses and household chores, and volunteering. What this means for schools is that the VE curriculum needs to be designed for all students. In achieving a more inclusive VE curriculum for all, we will need to strengthen the VE curriculum and engage in more community partnerships. In helping schools strengthen the VE curriculum, the VETLS offers a full scope and sequence for 3 content areas. First, the vocational guidance curriculum helps students learn about the world of work, discover their interests, strengths, and make plans to attain their aspirations and goals. Next, the soft skills curriculum helps students acquire a foundation of generic and transferable skills for job success, like communicating at the workplace, working in teams, and dealing with work-related stress and problems. Third, and not least, the hard skills curriculum prepares students in basic technical skills, especially in areas of work they are interested in. In order for the VE learning objectives to be achieved, these content areas I just spoke about need to be taught intentionally, authentically, and in an integrated manner. Pedagogy is key. The VETLS emphasizes 2 pedagogical practices for the execution of these 3 content areas: a continuum of work experience and collaborative teaming amongst VE staff. Work experience is a strong predictor for successful work outcomes for students with disabilities. The VETLS offers a refreshed and new continuum of work experience to reflect a wider range of work-based learning options like service learning and community-based jobs to cater to the diverse needs and profiles of students as they progress through the stages of the VE curriculum over their secondary years of schooling. In an important sense, when well implemented, work experience serves as the most authentic work-based classroom for the delivery of VE. Schools should therefore ensure that work experience forms an integral pedagogical practice of the VE curriculum. This means it needs to be built into curriculum time for VE. Indeed, the teaching of VE is multifaceted. As such, VE is delivered by a multidisciplinary team comprising teachers, job coaches, trainers, psychologists, speech and language therapists, occupational therapists, and physiotherapists. As collaboration does not happen by chance, the VETLS advocates for collaborative teaming amongst the multi-professionals to ensure that students receive a holistic and integrated VE experience. Collaborative teaming in VE will entail co-planning of the curriculum scopes and sequences and schemes of work by teachers and job coaches with input from allied professionals. Collaborative teaming will also involve co-teaching of the content areas and co-delivery of the continuum of work experience. Collaborative teaming begins with the setting up of effective VE teams. The VETLS spells out the different members and their roles. School leaders, we look to you to set up the needed structures and processes for collaborative teaming to take place. Indeed, among some of our SPED schools, we know that collaborative teaming through transdisciplinary approaches already exists. The same spirit will apply. With VE, collaborative teaming is also indispensable because VE skills cut across different settings and include various stakeholders. With the broadened definition of work, we will need to strengthen and diversify community outreach and partnerships to create and curate suitable learning opportunities and more diverse work pathways, including volunteering for our students. Just as important is the need to better engage and empower families to share in the belief that every student can work and to come alongside our schools to make that happen for every one of our students. To this end, the VETLS provides a range of strategies and resources for schools to partner with families and the community in augmenting and implementing the VE curriculum. We are most grateful for the committed partnership with SG Enable in the transition of students to post-school, and we are looking forward to further collaborations in forging more community engagement and integration outcomes for our graduates. Thank you for allowing me to highlight the key features and enhancements of the VETLS. The VETLS was developed in close partnership and co-construction with many key personnel from schools, as well as families and external partners. I now invite you to enjoy this next video to hear the voices of our stakeholders.
Through vocational lessons and work attachment, it has given students the confidence and they aspire to live and work independently in the future. The skill acquired also open more options of job possibilities for them.
We believe in empowering all students regardless of the levels of support they require. We invest in understanding our students' interests, preferences, strengths, and needs. Teachers have regular calls with parents to share about their child's progress.
The teachers will normally send me by WhatsApp the video showing the tasks that Anik has to practice at home. I get Anik to watch the video and then record him doing the task and forward it to the teacher. At home, I encourage him to practice the skills, and he will continue to do the task even when he is not asked to. I do communicate with his teacher every day, so when there's progress or there's issue that arise, I will inform and work closely with the school.
Within the vocational curriculum, the basket of critical skills differ from vocation to vocation. There are similarities across the different vocations, such as having a good attitude and conduct, ability to work in team and with others, demonstrating that they can learn hard skills, retain their skill and carry them out dutifully daily.
One of the critical skills that our team has identified is for our students to be able to identify and communicate their needs. The other critical skill that the students shall have is job readiness. Job readiness touches on them being ready to listen to teachers or job coach and having endurance to complete the task on hand with minimal support.
I personally feel it helped to put together a soft skill training curriculum for instant role play. I feel it an effective tool for helping students as they can learn how to handle common workplace situations.
The VE team consists of teacher, job coach, 1 AP, each from PT, OT, and SLP. Our VE team started off with identifying student needs and strengths through monthly meetings. Target was set with expectation aligned with the team. Each of the APs have a clear and defined role.
Students with high support needs may not be able to advocate for themselves, and thus they are often easily misunderstood. By sharing the strengths of the students with stakeholders and the tried and tested ways to support these students in their learning, this can open up more opportunities for them.
As job coaches, we must develop the mindset of giving our students time and creating environments for them to learn and relearn skills at their own pace.
To add on, the members of the vocational education team also visit the work sites to look at the environment and explore the supports to be provided to enable the students to perform their work tasks independently. With the close collaboration, the VE team has only one purpose of preparing and equipping students with skills to secure long-term employment.
There is indeed much to do, and I would like to take this opportunity now to share some of the supports and resources for schools that are in the pipeline. A micro-learning unit on the VETLS will be available on OPEL for teachers to familiarize themselves with the VETLS. Coming up in August, there will be briefings for schools' VE curriculum implementation teams. This will be followed by school-level consultations to support CITs to prepare for the implementation of the VETLS from 2023. I'm also happy to update that there is already a VE module in the Enhanced Diploma in Special Education course for SPED teachers in 2022. In recognition of the important roles job coaches play in the delivery of the VETLS, we are extending all MOE-funded curriculum courses to include job coaches, trainers, and allied professionals serving in SPED schools, taking effect from October this year. To further support your PD, we will be releasing a training roadmap for job coaches in collaboration with SG Enable, for job coaches and trainers to seek out PD opportunities in areas such as instructional strategies, disabilities, and working with families. It leaves us feeling extremely grateful to the schools and partners for journeying with us through the development of the VETLS. And we are looking forward with great anticipation to taking the curriculum to newer heights, forging new partnerships with the community, and discovering opportunities for our students to be contributing citizens. Thank you.
Once again, many thanks to our schools that were involved in the co-construction of the VE syllabus and blazed a trail in enacting the enhancements in the syllabus. Thank you, Dr. Chong, for your informative speech and for taking us through the key components of the VETLS. It is heartening to know that we're championing an important cause, that vocational education is for all students. I'm sure that the SPED fraternity is excited about the enhancements in the current syllabus, such as the greater emphasis on teaching and learning of soft skills. We hope all of today's presentations have made you more thrilled about the VETLS. We would like to encourage all SPED teachers, job coaches, allied professionals, trainers, and all SPED school staff to view the hard copy or the e-syllabus. We have now come to the end of our syllabus launch. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. On behalf of the Special Education Branch, we would like to take this opportunity to thank our guest of honor, Second Minister for Education, Dr. Maliki, for gracing the launch. Please join me in giving a round of applause to Dr. Maliki. We would also like to thank our partners, advisors, school leaders, educators, parents, and students for your continuous contribution to support the advancement of learning in SPED. Last but not least, a big thank you to the principal, staff, and students of Rainbow Center, Asian Park School, for generously hosting this event. Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite Dr. Maliki and distinguished guests to